He's been in government 47 years. He never did a thing except in 1994 when he did such harm to the black community. 1994, your crime bill.
If you have a piece of crack cocaine.
So I just weighed out the bag. It's 2.06.
2.07 without the bag.
How long is
2.0.
No bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand. 1/4 of $1. We passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice.
Another thing about how perspectives change over time. Bobby Rush, member of Congress, said the other day, "I'm ashamed that I voted for the '94 crime bill." You ashamed of that bill?
Not at all. And in fact, I drafted the bill, as you remember.
I know that.
Take a look at the crime bill. Of the money in the crime bill, the vast majority went to reducing sentences.
You go to jail for 5 years.
Diverting people from going to jail for drug offenses into what I came up with, the drug courts.
You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice.
Providing for boot camps instead of sending people
To jail for 5 years.
so you didn't relearn whatever the bad thing that, got you there in the first place.
Yeah, so they found cocaine in the White House and they have no idea whose it was or how it got there. All the cameras and surveillance and checkpoints in that building, and still no one can figure out who stashed drugs in the president's home. You guys figured out how to decode human DNA. You figured out how to put satellites in space. You guys found Osama bin Laden in a hole in the middle of the fucking desert, and you can't figure out where the cocaine in the White House came from? I'll tell you what, if they found a bootleg copy of a Mulan DVD in my apartment, they'd use the footage from 2 7-Elevens, 36 red light cameras, forensic analysis, and the GPS function on my phone just to pin it on me. And you guys can't figure out where the cocaine in the White House came from, dude? Hey, maybe it was that dude who was literally smoking crack on video.
New pictures of Hunter Biden smoking crack behind the wheel and driving 172 miles an hour while on his way to Las Vegas for a drug-fueled orgy have hit the internet. They're from 2018.
His dad works at the White House. Also, if I break the law, I'm not allowed to hire the people who I control to do the investigation. Hey, Henry, the cops said that they got me on security camera robbing a bank. I need you to do the investigation. Oh, innocent? Okay, great. Look a little harder.
It's so good to be a Biden. The press runs cover for you no matter what it is. Even if you have cocaine in the White House, they will run cover for you. Starts with the Secret Service and goes all the way out to the media. It's absolutely outrageous. And for the Secret Service to have said 8 days, 9 days after finding coke in the White House, we didn't find the guy and we're closing the investigation, tells you everything you need to know, Paul. I mean, there was no rush. Why did they have to close it? What was the hurry in actually closing the book on this? They said, well, there could have been 500 people who went through. Okay, why don't you take 2 guys, have them sit down and start calling those 500 people and figuring it out.
Remember when you smoked weed on Joe Rogan? Did you get like a lot of backlash for that?
I did get a lot of backlash because it's like still federally illegal. SpaceX has federal government contracts. So all of SpaceX had to have random drug tests.
Yeah, he was a little sweaty, but it was hot. So that doesn't mean anything. And if you look closely, Jill Biden didn't look very happy with Hunter, but I mean, nobody's happy with Hunter at this point. Now, remember, Hunter's supposed to keep his nose clean for this plea deal. If this is his coke, the plea deal's off. We just hope Hunter stays sober and stays away from the Parmesan cheese.
I spent more time on my hands and knees picking through rugs, smoking anything that even remotely resembled crack cocaine. I probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anyone that you know.
He's a grown man. He is the smartest man I know. I mean, for the pure intellectual capacity.
They were not even here Monday. They came back on Tuesday. So to ask that question is actually incredibly irresponsible.
All right, so when a crackhead visits the White House and crack shows up, why is it irresponsible to wonder if the crackhead left the crack? It's like when the coronavirus shows up next to a coronavirus lab. We wondered if it came from the lab, and they called that irresponsible too.
Why? You're getting nervous, man. Just calm down. It's okay.
Well, we did some digging, and it turns out Hunter was at the White House on Friday. The whole family was. Finder lied.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Here's Hunter with his little red backpack walking to Marine One after spending the whole day at the White House. What's in the little red backpack? We might never know. The media doesn't want to know. The media says Republicans are pouncing.
Now I'm gonna go. Yeah, first you will have lunch and then you go to school.
Now you can do reading, writing, and arithmetic. Kiss goodbye. Goodbye. I want all A's.
Okay.
Okay, all A's. And when you get older, what are you going to remember? No drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. And, you know what else? No tattoos. I don't ever want to see tattoos on you.
Look, I respect his children. His children are incredibly able and devoted, and I think that says a lot about Donald. I don't agree with nearly anything else he says or does, but I do respect that. And I think that is something that as a mother and a grandmother is very important to me.
You still need help from the boss. We need help from the boss. That's what happened. We need help. Yeah, we need help. It's all right to say. Now, they'll criticize me for that. How dare he say that? How dare he say that? No, I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it. Somebody said to me the other day, you're the most famous person in the world by far. I said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. They said, yes, you are. I said, no. They said, who's more famous? I said, Jesus Christ. I'm not taking any chances. I'm not going to have an argument. Hey, I'm not having any arguments. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to take any chances. I'll give it, I guarantee.
Let's go, Brandon. Hey. Let's go, Brandon. Hey. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. You know what they saying, ho? Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. You know what they saying, ho? Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. You know what
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Y'all about to make me pull a Rittenhouse. Bring the muscle, pull up at a politician house. Come and take it the 2-way and make you listen now. And y'all just trying to send us to the prison house. This a mission. Y'all about to make me pull a Rittenhouse.